to the Most High to the best of their abilities. Shalom. This is Caleb of Judah, and I'm coming back at you with a quick lesson. I just want to put it out there first that this lesson I will be posting to Caleb of Judah 2 for the next few days because Caleb of Judah 3 is currently on suspension. These devils, they took down, I think, 4 of my lessons that I did. I think there were 2 of them I did during the month of May. And I think the other 2, or it may have been 3 that I did during the month of May, and 1 I think that I had done during the month of April. They took down like 4 of my lessons, okay, that I had done in the past, okay? And that just goes to show you that Evil E is hurt, okay, about this truth getting out, okay? A lot of people, like I say, are waking up, and realizing who the wicked is, okay? And so these devils are hurt, and they're trying to, stop this truth from getting out. But I don't care how many lessons they take down or how many, channels they suspend. We just going to continue to keep putting more and more up until the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua tells us to do otherwise. OK, but these devils, like I say, they're hurt because his truth is out and they're trying to stop it. But there's nothing that they can do to stop it because it's out. OK, I just want to put that out there, though. But, from here, for the next few days, I will be posting to Caleb of Judah 2. OK, and when Caleb of Judah 3 comes back, I will start back posting to it as well. I will start back posting to it, but I won't be surprised, like I say, if they eventually take that channel down, Okay, but back to this article. This is a fairly new article, and it's coming from the Associated Press. And it says, youth mental health is in crisis. Okay, it says, are schools doing enough? Okay, now here it is. You got to just look, who's currently in rulership. You got Evil E that's currently in rulership. Okay, and so this is why, the youth mental health is in crisis. Okay, over the past 2.5 years, these devils, have put a lot of, had done a lot of evil. And had put a lot of, restrictions and things like that, on children, while in school. Here it is. Over these past 2.5 years, a lot of students were not able to, go to school, in person. So some had to go remotely. OK, and so as a result of that, a lot of children, were affected, socially, so far as, with their social skills, interacting with other, students. They didn't really have that ability to do that. Because, like I say, over these past 2.5 years, a lot of these, schools, were going remotely. OK, and then here it is. These devils, had everybody locked down and whatnot. When the scamdemic first came out. OK, that affected a lot of, students, mentally. OK, and then, here it is. With the students, some that were having to go remotely, some students, don't learn as well, when they're going remotely. I know myself personally, I'm more of a hands-on person. I'm more of a one-on-one, interactive, type, student type teacher, interaction. In person type person, individual. And so I'm pretty sure, a lot of, students, suffered because they didn't have that opportunity, to interact, one-on-one in person with, their teachers. OK, and so, you probably had a lot of students whose grades were, suffering as a result of that. And then, you have some, parents, that, weren't able to, to make sure that, that the students were, how can I say, were able to, were good. So far as, with their, their curriculum, so far as, with learning, and making sure that, the students were logging on, to, remotely to the, to their classes because of work and whatnot. And so you had some students, there were reports. I want to say that some students, weren't even logging on, that were going to school remotely because, they just the parents wasn't really, there to enforce it. I mean, you had some parents, I mean, I guess that were working. And so they weren't really there. I mean, to enforce it. And then you just had some parents who just didn't care, I guess, to make sure that their students or that their children were, logging on to, to go to school remotely. Okay. And so once again, like I say, a lot of, students, I mean, it put a lot of mental strain on a lot of students. And then, I mean, those who went to school, or went to school in person, they had the social distance. A lot of them had to wear masks. Okay, I mean, that ain't wearing a mask 8 hours throughout the day. I mean, for a child, I mean that really messes with a child. That will mess with a child psychologically, and so. And then, I mean, I think I saw on some of the, the news where, students had to have like glass shields over their desk and whatnot. I mean, that messes with a child psychologically, But like I say, once again, I mean, you got to look who's in charge. Look who's in rulership. These devils, Esau, Edom. OK, I'm just going to read a little bit of the article. I'm not going to read much of it. OK, but it says at Lakewood Elementary School, all 420 students will start their days the same way this year. It says the rural Kentucky school is one of thousands across the country using the technology to screen students' state of mind and alert teachers to anyone struggling. OK, it says in some ways, this year's back to school season will restore a degree of pre-pandemic normalcy. OK, and I got to be very careful with the words that I say because y'all know how these devils like to take down lessons and suspend channels. OK, but it says most districts will lift the mask mandates and will drop the CV requirements to end rules on social distancing and quarantines. OK, but it says many of the pandemic's longer lasting impacts remain a troubling reality for schools. It says among them, the harmful effects of isolation and remote learning on children's emotional well-being. OK, because as I was saying earlier, a lot of students, I mean, learn better, I mean, in person. OK, but, you had, some students, I mean, a lot of students that were not able, to go to school in person. So they had to go remotely. And so, grades suffered as a result of that. Social skills suffered as a result of that. OK. And then also those, I mean, who went to school, a lot of them had to social distance and wear masks the entire, day. That puts a lot of mental strain on children and whatnot. OK. And so once again, I mean, like I say, you got to look at who's currently in rulership. These devils, evil E. This is why, I mean, you're having children that are having mental breakdowns and whatnot. OK. And then also, too, I mean, you had a lot of as a result of, this, these past 2.5 years, drug use was on an all-time high. You had a lot of people overdosing and whatnot. Like I say, you got the wicked that are currently in rulership. OK, it says students' mental health reached crisis levels last year. It says, and the pressure on schools to figure out solutions has never been greater. OK, it says districts across the country are using federal pandemic money to hire more mental health specialists. OK, it says rolling out new coping skills and expanding curriculum that prioritizes emotional health. OK, once again, like I say, I mean, anytime, I mean, you make a student, I mean, wear a young child wear a mask all day. I mean, I'm saying in class, I mean, and make them social distance and do all that, that affects that child mentally. OK, and then also, too, I mean, some like I say, some children, they learn better, I mean, in person. OK, and then also, too, you had some, I mean, that had to go to school remotely. But, their parents also had to work. And so at the same time, I mean, it put a strain. It was just a strain because, I mean, if their parents having to work and then, the student has to go to school remotely, who's going to be there to watch the child? I mean, I'm saying, and to make sure that the child logs on to school, to the remote, schooling. OK, and so you had a lot of children that suffered. I mean, you had a lot of children, I mean, whose grades suffered. OK, as a result, of this, this scamdemic that was been going on. And then here it is. I mean, like I say, also these devils, I mean, in a lot of schools, they were forcing, kids to, to take that hokey pokey, but that's just like I say. I mean, boy, boy. You know, like I said, you got the wicked that are currently in rulership. Let's just go ahead and get that scripture, okay? Bear with me, Israel. Okay, this is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, it says, he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, and that wicked is evil E. Okay, I mean, they're the ones, I mean, like I say, that's, putting all this, all these pestilence out here and causing people to, having to, putting people on lockdown and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Making, people put, mask on and all that type of stuff. I mean, making them social distance. No, it was these devils that did this. Okay. It says he covered the faces of the judges thereof. Okay. Okay. It says, if not, where and who is he? Okay. It was evil E. Okay. That gave you white Jesus Christ, that told you all the prophets were white. Okay. That told you that, the Father was white. Okay. Evil E did all that. Okay. And so, like I say, they're the reason, why, the whole earth is in mourning right now. Okay. All these devils do is just bring death and destruction. Okay. They defile everything they touch. Here it is. And then they pushing all these different philosophies and on our children. Here it is. With this ABC community type stuff, they pushing this on our children, this agenda on our children at such a young age. Confusing a lot of our children, that's causing a lot of mental breakdowns as well, in students, like I said, you got the wicked that are currently in rulership. Okay. I want to get Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bird rule, the people mourn. Okay, in this article that I just read, it was talking about students having mental breakdowns or whatnot. That's a prime example of people mourning, okay? Because you got the wicked that are bearing rule, okay? And that's evil E, okay? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, okay? It says, and this is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2 again. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bird rule, the people mourn, okay? And once again, this article is a prime example of people mourning, okay? Because you got the wicked that are currently in rulership. Okay. And like I say, here it is. These devils, they, just look at what they're doing. Okay. Look at what they're doing. All that, on a child, forcing that hokey pokey on a lot of children and like I say, making children wear, these masks and social distancing and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? These devils, like I say, they got to go. They got to go. They got to go. And I look forward to the day that they do. Their rulership was falling right before our eyes, okay? It's going to fall, okay? The Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is not going to let these devils get away with all this wickedness that they're doing, okay? This rulership of evil E's is falling right before our eyes, okay? And if anyone's trying to save it, they're going to fall right along with it. Okay, this is Proverbs chapter 4, and I want to start in verse 14. It says, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Okay. It says, avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. Verse 16, this is where I really want. It says, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. Okay. And that's what this devil is doing. Okay. Here it is. They got to be doing something wicked. Okay. That's just how they're designed. Okay. Evil E is the wicked. Okay. He can't be made straight. And even though a lot of our people try to befriend him and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And try to have compassion for him. Hey, a lot of them get burnt in the end. Okay. A lot of our people get burnt in the end by putting faith and confidence in these devils. Okay. Like I say, they're the wicked. They're made to be wicked. Okay. And they don't sleep unless they cause some type of mischief. And that's what they've been doing. Okay. Here it is. This article, it explains the mischief, the repercussions of the mischief that these devils, like I say, have done. Okay. You got a lot of children now that are having mental breakdowns. Okay. As a result of these devils currently in rulership and putting out all this wickedness that they're doing. Okay. It says, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. Okay. And we seeing people falling every day. Okay. As a result of these devils. Okay. And they got wickedness covered on all levels. Okay. But we definitely seeing people falling every day. And I ain't finna get all into that. And I think y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. Like I say, a lot, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Verse 17, it says, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Okay. And these devils, like I say, they're the wicked. Evil is the wicked. Okay. And they're the most volatile people on the planet. Okay. They want to act like they all humble and like they the good guys, but they're the wicked. Okay. Here it is. They go into other people's countries, rob them of their resources. They blow up other people's countries, and whatnot. Everywhere they go, they bring death and destruction. Okay. Like I say, the whole earth is currently mourning right now because of these devils. Okay, bear with me, Israel. Okay, but like I say, these devils, they're not going to get away with this. Okay, you can't just be putting out all this wickedness and expect just to get away with it. Okay, and like I was saying, all you got to do is just look around. Their rulership is falling right before our eyes. Okay. It's falling. This place is just waxing worse and worse, every day. Okay, this is Proverbs chapter 14, verse 11. It says, the house of the wicked shall be overthrown. It says, but the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish. Okay, and this place, like I say, is waxing worse and worse every day. Okay, and it's going to fall. And if anyone's trying to save it, like I said, they're going to fall right along with it. Okay, but those that are of the hopeful elect, that's what we wanting. We wanting this place to fall. Okay, because like I say, all the wickedness that they push out, they got wickedness covered on all levels. Evil E. OK, they defile everything. OK, they defile everything. The food, they defile that. They defile the air, the water. OK, everything. That you eat. They defile it. They got wickedness covered on all levels. OK, and so those that are of the hopeful elect, like I say, we look forward to the day that this devil, is taken out of power. We look forward to the day that the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua take these devils out of power. Okay, and then the new righteous rulership comes in. Okay, that's going to be ruled over by Yahweh Shai and the 144,000 elect men of Israel. Okay, we look forward to that new righteous rulership. Once again, that's going to be our righteous and everlasting rulership that Yahweh Shai, along with the 144,000 elect men of Israel, will be ruling over. OK, you won't have to worry about, your food and your air and the water and things like that being defiled. You won't have to worry about, these devils, pushing all these wicked philosophies, on your children, trying to confuse them, trying to turn them into alphabet soups and whatnot. You won't have to worry about stuff like that in the new righteous rulership that's going to be ruled over by Yahweh Shai. OK. I got one more scripture I'm going to bring out of Israel, and I think we're going to end the lesson. This is Psalms chapter 32 and verse 10. It says, many sorrows shall be to the wicked. It says, but he that trusted in the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, mercy shall compass him about. Okay, because here it is, like I say, these devils are not going to get away with all of the wickedness that they're done. Okay, and that they're doing. Okay, the rulership, is falling right before our eyes. Okay, that's why you're seeing all these different pestilences and all this inflation and and those that are not even spiritual, they can even sense that something is off. Okay, they can sense it. Okay, this place is falling. Okay, it's falling, and it's just going to continue to wax worse and worse every day. Okay, it's just going to continue. And here it is, these devils, they came out, and I think the CDC came out and said that that this scandemic, was basically that they dropped the ball, that these scientists dropped the ball, on this scandemic, okay? And so the truth is coming out, okay? And like I say, this place, it's just waxing worse and worse, okay? And, once again, if anyone's trying to save this place, you're going to fall right along with it, okay? You're going to fall right along with it. And so these devils, they're not going to get away with all of this wickedness, okay? And so I think I pretty much made the point, Israel. I'm going to go ahead and end the lesson here. I hope it was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and double honors and respect to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Kwam Yasharal and Abba Baba. Shalom.